Well, good day and welcome to another edition of the Grantley Show on your favourite channel. It's good to have your company today. I am extremely excited because my guest on the programme today joins us live from North Carolina. The first time I heard about her, I thought she was here in the UK. I was completely thrown off guard because at the time I wanted to book her for an arrangement, and then when I reached out I found out that she was abroad. Anyway, she is extremely talented. She's multifaceted in terms of instruments, and she's a great singer. Her Facebook channel blew up in just before lockdown, but she's been doing things well before that. Who am I talking about? The one, the only Patricia Bowen. Good day to you, Patricia. How are you?
Good day. I'm doing fine.
So good to have your company today, Patricia. Patricia, I've been longing to speak to you for a number of reasons. I'm not going to get into them now, but yeah, there's a lot of people watching and I've got questions coming in already. People asking questions. All right, so you're just so popular. And I think I know why. If it's one thing that I can say about you, Patricia, you are like 101% a godly woman.
Thank you.
It permeates from you. And I'm sure there's a lot of people that want to know in-depth details of who you are. They've seen you on YouTube. They've seen you on Facebook. They've seen you on Instagram. They've seen you all over the place. But do they really know you?
Good question.
Who are you? So let's start at the very beginning. Tell us where you were born and mum, dad, siblings, that sort of thing. Let's start there for a good starting place.
So I was born in St. Catherine, Jamaica. Of course, my mom, Omota Mendez, and my dad, John Bowen, who passed, unfortunately, in 2017. I'm literally a country girl. Yeah.
So St. Catherine's, but like in the bush part, yeah?
Yeah, in the bush part, not Portmore, because Portmore is the town area, so I'm from the countryside.
I can just hear some people now saying, "Oh, who them are called bush part ups? Where this guy come from?" Anyway, so you got siblings, right? You got sisters, brothers?
Yes, I got brothers. I have most of my siblings are in Jamaica. Look here, don't be surprised, but I have a whole bunch of them. Over 24 brothers and sisters.
What?
My father have a whole bunch. Yes, I have a whole bunch of siblings. Most of my older siblings, they're in Jamaica. My mom is here, and I have a sister in Florida as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
So where do you come in the lineup, Patricia? Where do you come?
I am second to last.
Second to last. Not quite wash belly. Not quite wash belly then.
No, the twin is a wash belly because my mom is a twin. So yeah, she have fraternal twins. So there's a boy and girl, and I am right there, right after me.
Excellent. So you've been singing for a number of years, and one of the things that I discovered about you is that you have sung with some very famous people. All right. Some people are going to be extremely surprised when I say that you used to sing with the Grace Thrillers.
Absolutely.
Tell us about how that all came about.
So I started singing with the Grace Thrillers in 2003.
Okay.
And believe it or not, that was a prophecy that was being fulfilled years before, that I was going to be singing with the Grace Thrillers. And the Grace Thrillers, they were in Jamaica at the time, and I was in Florida. And I had this friend of mine, Tony Garden. He was the one who actually connected me with the Grace Thrillers. So from there, they would send the material to Florida because they had an office in Miami at the time. So
Yeah.
they would send the materials there, and I'd have to learn all the songs. And then when we finally get to rehearsals, it was Shirley, Mr. Willis, and the rest of the team. We had to do rehearsal, and from there, it was a great experience.
Yeah, I
Yes.
remember collecting a lot of their music back in my earlier days of coming to Christ, and I did not know that you were one of the vocalists on the Grace Fillers. You also sang harmonies with the one and only Papa San. How did that
Not
happen?
harmony. I was traveling. I was touring with Papa San. I used to travel with him all over to do ministry. I was one of his backup singers.
Okay.
Then I did a duet with him. There's a song on YouTube I did with him. And I did some backup on like, Hellbrook, lose come off of me. Simple Jesus died for me. So that song, I'm on that song. Yeah, and we're very cool. He's my good friend.
Yeah.
Um, and that's how all of that came about, just by me going there and fellowship with them and all of that stuff. So
Yeah. So you like I said in my introduction, you've become extremely popular online, and one of
yeah.
the questions that was sent through, there's a few. I tell you what, the notifications have gone ballistic. But let me get to
Come,
this
I can't
first
see
one.
it. Or you see the
You can't
notifications.
see it, but I can see it. So back in lockdown, things went a
Lockdown.
little bit ballistic, and you
Mm-hmm.
were clocking something like between 2 and 3,000 views on Facebook. How
No,
did
5,000.
up to 5,000? Look at that.
Yeah,
At that
5,000.
time, Patricia, at that time, tell us.
Mm-hmm.
I know it was lockdown, and yeah, people didn't have a lot to do. But what was it like for you back then? What was it like?
Oh Lord. So all of this started. I actually started live in 2017 on Facebook.
Yes.
I started out with 45 persons watching on live. And to be honest with you, during that time, I was partially homeless, literally, but I was very consistent.
Uh huh.
I was bouncing from house to, I didn't have my own place. So I think at the time I was renting a room from somebody. Nobody knew all of these things, but I was very determined. So now when lockdown came about, it got even worse to the point where I was very much more determined because as I continue, I realized that more people was joining in and people was getting more interested in everything. So I started to make it as a matter of fact, when I decided to do it, I remember going on Facebook and I said, "Who is on? It's worship time." You understand? Because that's what the Lord gave me. I was in my closet, putting my clothes away, and the Spirit told me I should go online and just do worship time. I'm saying, I'm not going to do that because there's nobody on social media doing anything like this. So I'm going to look very stupid. That's what I literally said to myself. So anyways, I decided to just grab the keyboard and I went on and I just said, "Who is up? It's worship time." And it's all started that way. And I just
Yeah.
continued, even despite of everything that I was going through, in spite of everything that I was dealing with, I was very determined to continue because it wasn't about me. You understand? And it's not something that I wanted to do really. I was instructed to do that. So I had no choice but to do it. Yeah, so that started out and we started to grow and we started to grow and grow. And I have persons reach out from all over. I mean, persons who wanted to commit suicide, they're like, you know what? I literally changed my mind. You caused me not to want to do that. Persons who've been dealing with issue with like losing their mom through COVID, they're like, oh, you brought me through. When I meet people, they just start crying. I say, you helped me out during this period. It was you. It was you. I was just listening to you constantly. I have this Rasta man that literally called me and he was crying. He said, you know what? You don't even know what you're doing for me. So just keep on doing what you're doing. Not just me, just for other people as well. So I realized that I was really making a big impact. You understand? So I was determined even more to go further and further. And every time somebody reached out to me, my question to God was, Lord, what more do you want me to do? That's all I would ask. What more do you want me to do, Lord? So this is where we are.
This is where we are, and you're doing an excellent job. Let me just greet some of the people that are online. You've got Ultimate Vinny Rich. He says, "Good morning, all." Obviously, he's in a different country to me. You've got Much Love from Nadine Morgan in Canada. Nadine Morgan sends quite a few messages. Blessed Minister Patricia, you
God
are
bless you.
anointed and appointed in this nation, she said. Good morning,
Argument
everyone,
done.
Nadine. Good day, Nadine. Carlene Stewart says, fire,
Ooh.
fire, 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 fire. My
Hey, that's my
goodness.
boss right there.
Dr. Hugh Alexander Jackman, looking forward to hearing this great sister tell her story. Powerful stuff, he said. My
Yeah, I know who
goodness.
he is. I know who
You
he
know
is.
who he is.
Yes.
Dr.
God
Hugh,
bless you
good
guys.
day to you, sir. Salute. Ultimate Vinny Rich, thank you for watching. Marie
Hey,
and
Vinny.
Linda Sillis. There's so many. Crikey, it's gone crazy.
Yeah, those
All
are my
direct.
fans and my boss and everybody.
Yeah, Ansel General says all directed by God. God bless.
Thank you,
Glitter
guys.
Gel. Gifted gal, he said. You're
Give to Gil.
gifted. Gifted Gil.
That's my admin. That's my admin. Bigger up for me there. Big up
I
yourself. Give
big
to.
up, huge up, large up. Listen, it's it's only right that we do what we're doing here today because it's obvious that you're anointed by God to do what you do. And when I say obvious, for those who don't know of Patricia's ministry, you need to go online and then you'll see exactly what I mean by obvious. She's been anointed
Yep.
to do this. Um, in terms of people contact you from all over the world, but what was the one that reached out to you that made you think, wow, you reached out me, you got to me from where? What was the country that made you go, wow, what's going on here?
Hmm. Hmm.
Was it
I would
Hawaii?
say,
Was
I would say, Dominica. I think the Prime Minister for Dominica reached out to me.
the
And even
prime
though I didn't go at
minister?
the time from Dominica, yeah, he reached out and he wanted me to come there because what I do on Thursday nights, I have what's called Caribbean night,
Yeah.
where I would wear the different T-shirts for the different Caribbean islands, just to
Okay.
show representation for the Caribbean. So he reached out to me and he asked me if I would like to, come down and do a show there. But I did not go because during that time I didn't want to go anywhere COVID. I said nope. So I was getting bookings behind bookings during that time because my audience was very big then. But I turned down everyone because I didn't want to go anywhere during COVID.
Yeah, I totally
That one
understand
was
that.
a good
And
one.
Mr. Prime Minister, if you're watching today, COVID is over.
Yeah,
You can still send the invite. Would you go now?
absolutely.
Absolutely. She's putting on the English accent for me there. All right. So if you've got any questions for Patricia, I can see them popping up. So do send your questions through. Maybe there's a question that you've always wanted to ask her, but you haven't done so already. Patricia, you've recorded a few albums. I think the first one was in 2018,
17? 17.
17. Okay.
Yeah.
Give us the rundown on the title. Why did you put that together as well?
Okay, so I released that album. Before I released the album, I was going through a lot. I was living in Delaware at the time, and I was going through a divorce, a period where it was very, very, very stressful to me. I can share that because I already shared it on the radio. So I did an interview on that. I was going through a lot. Um, I don't want to say too much about it, but I was dealing with a lot at the time, and I
I
wasn't able to
understand.
do my music. I was under restriction, or more so like manipulation. I couldn't
Yeah.
do my singing. I wasn't allowed to do that. I wasn't allowed to go anywhere and do all of that stuff. So I realized I was in a bondage situation. I had to get out of that. So when I finally got out of that, even though this person was kind of like telling me, oh, a woman is not supposed to sing. And that's just because of intimidation. I realized that because they don't want nobody to see me and all of these things. But, anyways, when I finally leave in 2014, I went to Florida
Yeah.
and there I was dealing with a lot because I had a whole bunch of songs and I'm saying, Lord, when is going to be my time? When is it going to be my time? And I have songs that I've started written in, working on in 2014. And then I finished them like in 2017. Like I started and I finished that. And this is the reason why I named the album. The title of the album is called Godzilla is Not Denial. And that's like that
Ah,
was the
that's
first
right.
single I released because I was dealing with so much, but I was determined. Now, during that time period, when everything was falling into line, I remember I was putting t-shirts together, was getting preparing for the release and all of that stuff. I remember I had like $600 in my car. I didn't have a lot of money. And I remember one of my musicians, they did contribute, but nobody knew, and nobody knew what was going on. But I was doing everything, like everything was good. But in spite of everything that was going on, I trust God either way.
Amen.
And I remember I went to work that day with the $600 in the car to take to the swap shop to get my t-shirts,
Yeah.
for the concert to sell. And while I was at work, my car was a repo. Uh-huh. Ah, brother. My car was repo. They took my car. They took the money. When I went there, they took the money out of the car and everything. However, I got the car back. But I'm saying that was the night that I was supposed to do rehearsal as well for the
Yeah.
concert for the next day. You understand? And I'm saying to myself, God, why you put me through all of this? Because I'm supposed to go sing to these people that He made a way. Jesus is a way maker. You understand? All
Yeah.
of this stuff. And it's hard, but you're going to make it. But at the same time, I'm going through hell and high waters. And I said, you know what, God, in spite of everything, I'm going to trust you. However, I got my car back and I was able to deliver like I wasn't going through nothing. You see that song, He Made a Way?
Yeah.
That's a testimony of all the things I've been through. You understand? So when people see me jumping and dancing and singing, if they don't know my story, they would not understand my praise when I sing that song.
Yeah.
Because Jesus is a way
Is a way
maker. He,
maker.
he he made a way for me. He made a way for me. And I'm grateful, yeah, for that.
Oh my gosh. I sense that you've been through so much, Patricia. I sense that you've been
Absolutely.
through a lot. It's reflected in the music that you do, and I can see, that it's evident in even just the way you're talking at the minute. You've been through a lot.
Right.
You've got two beautiful children that I've seen online. You've got a son and a
Absolutely.
daughter who I can tell you just absolutely adore them. Tell us
Yes.
about your children. What are their names?
My children are my lifeline. Like last night I was here, I was sitting on the computer and I asked my son to clean my room and I'm telling you, he did a great job. I said, I'm gonna give you $20. And I was taking a shower and I was trying to get out the bathroom. I was like, Mom, don't come out yet. I'm not ready yet. Just uh, But my kids they're great. My son he's very much like me, he also preaches, and he loved the word and he loves the Lord. From
I
he
can
was four
tell.
years old, he
I can
decided that he
tell.
wants to be a preacher. My daughter, oh yeah, she's an evangelist. She know the word. She will teach you. She will try to teach me and you.
Okay.
That's how she is. Even though she's an introvert, but they're doing good, and I'm truly grateful for my children.
Yes, they are wonderful. I've seen them online, and
Yes.
I know that you really do dote over them, and rightly so. So, um, one album or more than one album? I think you've done more than one, haven't you?
No, so after I released that album, I did a release in 2022. I released two albums, and the reason
Okay.
why I did that because my fan base started to grow and grow and grow, and so what I did, I decided I was gonna do one album, just like a variety album.
Yeah.
But then my followers they would request for me to send them the sessions that I would do on Facebook. I
Yeah.
was doing that. And I was selling the sessions for $10. So I thought about what maybe I should just release an old school gospel album for the fans. And believe you me, that album sold out at the
Yeah.
event. That was
I am
yeah,
not surprised.
yeah, yeah. So that's the reason I did that for that purpose. Yeah. So I have three albums out, and I'm currently working on one right now.
Are you really?
Yes, sir. I
Tell us
got
about.
lots of new. Listen, I got some good material. I got some great song. I have a song called "I So Nice."
Are
Mad.
you so nice? Are you so
Yeah,
nice?
sir. I am
And
so
I me for
nice.
tell
I am
you.
so nice. Hold
And I
on.
me for tell you.
Caribbean people, yeah, we full of vibes. I am so nice. I am so nice. From the inside, don't let praises rise. I am so nice. I am so nice. No make nobody fool or give Jesus a try. Yes. So I have a lot of songs coming out. So I like
Little
I love to
preview.
mix up, because you have different kind of what should I say? Different tempos, different varieties to appeal to everybody,
Yeah.
not just one audience. So it's gonna be
What
great.
what made you go? Because like most people would know you for like old school gospel reggae and old school gospel. What made you
Mhm.
go for that, lean towards that genre? Because I know that you have a vocal range which is wide.
Yeah.
You can sing the ABC and it sound good. Do you know what I mean? But what made you go that way?
So really and truly, it's just by me growing up, listening to my mom singing
Yeah,
those songs when she's cooking the liver and the saltfish and the the yellow yam in the morning, Sunday morning for breakfast, and she'll be singing, "I know where I am going, I know," because I was brought up in church, so all of those songs, they're still inside of me. And then this is one of the things too when I start to sing these songs on live. I have a lot of backsliders. They would literally reach out to me and they would just start crying because they remember what it used to be like when they were serving God. And now they're like, I want to go back and give God. There was a guy who reached out to me. He said, I haven't gone to church in 17 years. And he's like, Sister Pat, you make me want to go back and I'm going to go back and serve God. I mean, they reach out and say, if I give my life to Christ, you're going to be responsible for me. These are the things I'm getting. But the old school gospel, really, what it does to me, it actually tugs and it pulls on your soul, kind of remind you where you're coming
yeah,
from, where you are, and
yeah.
where you need to be with God. So it's working.
Yeah, it's working and you're doing a great job. So the new album that's
Thank you.
coming, will it be a mixture of old school and new school stuff that you've written yourself? Tell us about it.
Yeah, most of the stuff that I've written, so it'll be a mixture. It's gonna be old school as well, but a mixture of old school and originals. I'm trying to do mostly original, but trying to make it more like that person not too out of the box, but that what persons can relate to. So it's gonna be great. I can't sing too much of the songs, but because I sing this one because I have to sing it every night before I get off my sessions. The ones
Yeah,
I ask the night because they love that. They love that one. But that's the only
yeah.
one they've heard so far.
And
But I have
it's a well known phrase, isn't it? A yes or nice. There is
yes the night.
there's
And then there's
also
another one. There's
yeah,
another one that's called God is not done with me yet. He's still writing my story.
yeah,
A lot of people need to hear that God is not done with you yet. You know, He didn't bring you this far to leave you. He's still working on you and He's still working on me. Yeah.
yeah. God is not done with you yet. I can't wait to hear that album. Um,
All right.
so a lot of people would be looking around for your albums. I'm guessing that they're on streaming platforms and stuff like that. But
Absolutely.
you have been introduced to the download platform, and we are hoping that you're going to put your material there as well. You'll know what I mean in time when she lands on that. But we're talking about phrases and stuff like that, are yes or nice. But you're known for there's one phrase that you're known for. I hope you remember what it is. Can you tell us what it is?
I think it's boom. And I don't see that. I don't know.
You do
I
say
think it's
boom a
boom.
lot. Boom. You
And
say
then
boom a
there's
lot.
Ufa song this and all of that stuff just comes naturally because if people didn't notice that, I would notice that. They're
Yeah.
like, she always said the boom. And some people they call me and it's like say the boom lady.
Yeah. I
But it's
remember
Ufa
watching your
song this.
ministry online one time, right, Patricia? And I was like, is she miming or something? Because the quality was so like spot on. Do you have like a sound engineer or do you do everything yourself technically?
Listen, I've come a long way. The first time I bought maybe like 5 or 6 mixer board
Yeah.
because and I didn't need that because I didn't know what I was doing. I just didn't know how to set up my system. But now I'm an expert. I
You're
do
an
it all myself.
expert. I've got to tell you, you
Yeah.
sound so good that I'm
Yeah.
thinking
Yeah. I got.
she can't sound that good. She sounds like she's miming to the song or something. But
Yep.
you've got your little microphone thing with your headphone, and you're just singing and dancing away, high energy. The spirit of
Boom.
God is just moving whenever you're online. You
Amen.
are such a joy to so many. Let me just read
Amen.
what some of the people are saying about you. Yes, that foundation, ultimate Vinnie Rich. Minister P, we appreciate and celebrate you. Keep up the great work. coming from Answer
Thank you.
General. Yeah, so many people love what you do, and you get invited to travel to different parts of America. And
Hmm.
have you ever been to the UK at all?
No, I have not been there.
You haven't been to the UK.
And I had a lot of requests for there, but I haven't gone there yet. And when I go there, when I come back, I'll be speaking like you.
Like a South Londoner. All right, so listen,
Absolutely.
it's something that I've always wanted to ask you is when you was you brought up in church or did you come to Christ? Because you kind of sound like you've always been in church. Is that right?
Always been in church. I was brought up in church. As a matter of fact, I used to make my own instrument and take it to church. My own little bamboo guitar.
What?
Yes, yes, sir. Used to make my own little drum sets. As a matter of fact, I taught myself to play the drums, the keys, and all of that stuff. So you hear me playing, I taught myself to
Yeah.
do that. Yeah,
So
yeah. But I was brought up in church.
you play drums, you play your keyboards, and you're self-taught, right?
Yeah, but I don't play the drums anymore because it's not for me. I can't.
It's not your
I
thing.
remember one time I was playing for what's the name? Marvia Providence. I don't know
Okay.
why I decided to play because the guy who was playing the drums, he was not making any sense. So I said, let me get it, let me help you. So I sat on the drum and I started to play. And then Marvia Providence realized that, it sounded better. But no, I decided I wanted to get up now because I was tired. My legs was tired. My lady turned around and said, where you go? Sit down. It's too tiring though, so I don't really play the drums anymore. I just stay with the keyboard. It's much easier. Even though I play hard, I give it my all, but yeah, it's much easier than the keyboard. I mean the drums.
Yeah. So the phrase that I was looking for was "Come ya man, come ya no
Oh, come
man,
now, man.
come no man." How did that come
Um,
about? Was that just something that just came
you
out
know
like?
what? So you see, because I'm not in an actual audience, you know what I mean? So I try to make it so live, like they're actually here with me, and all of that just comes naturally. I never planned that at all. I don't even know how it just comes out like that. I
But
don't
you're
know.
known for certain phrases, and that's one of them. All right,
Yeah.
so come ya no man. All right, so one of the things that I would love to see is you in a live setting, like
Hmm.
thousands of people. You
With
probably
the keyboard, right?
with the keyboard, and
Yes.
just you being yourself, doing what you do online, but
Yes.
in a big stadium. I'm sure you would have everybody up on their feet.
Yep.
The album that's coming out, is there a title to it yet, or you still
Oh,
working on
not not
title?
not yet. Not
Not
yet.
yet. Will it be? And when will it be out? Will it be summer?
I don't have much information on that as yet. The producer is working, so
Yeah.
I'll let you know. Yeah, as soon as
And you
possible.
are you are an independent artist. You're not signed to a label or anything like that, are you?
No, no.
Independent. That's what I like. The independents are leading the charge at the minute, and that's what I like
Yeah.
about you. Listen, if anybody wants to get in contact with you, Patricia, what's the
Mhm.
best online information that you can give out so people can reach out to you?
Okay, so you guys can reach me at Patricia Bowen Music. That's on Facebook. Same thing on YouTube, Patricia Bowen. You guys can reach me on TikTok, Patricia Bowen 6, or just put my name in and you'll see the videos pop up, guys. There you have it. And then you guys can get my music on all media platform. Just type in my name and you'll be able to see all the songs pops right up.
Excellent,
Yes.
excellent. Let's get back to some of the messages. Amen. We love the old school gospel songs, most of all, Minister Patricia anointed voice. Bible pull up. Bible
Bible pull
pull
up.
up. Bible pull up. Yeah, there's just so many messages. I can't read them all. But yeah, it's good to know that you're loved by so many. I really do appreciate the time that you've taken out to speak to me today. You're
Thank you so much.
extremely busy. And please promise me when you come to the UK, we must link up, okay?
Absolutely, sir. Thank you so
Cool.
much.
All right. So thank you so much, Patricia. I'll leave you to enjoy the rest of your Saturday. But for now, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. for joining me here on the Grantley Show. It's been a pleasure speaking to my guest today. So I'm looking forward to speaking to so many different people, and one of them is Roy Francis. He's written a book about the Windrush, and I'll be getting
Right.
into that in some time. But for now, thank you so much for watching. Remember, share the link with your
Thank
friends,
you.
and I'll
Thank you for
be
taking the
catching up
time.
again